What's up, risk managers? My name is Nasdaq Anonymous, and I'm addicted to the NQ. And boy, is she one hell of a drug. And welcome to tonight's NA meeting, where we'll discuss the economic data for the week, analyze today's session, and from that, build a winning game plan for tomorrow's price action. And if you haven't done so already, you can show your support by subscribing to the channel. And with that said, let's jump into the charts now. This is tomorrow's data. Be mindful that all times are in Central Time. And we have a big block of news scheduled for tomorrow, so let's jump into it. We have a big block of news at 7:30 with the focus on core PCE for Q2, durable good orders for the month of June, GDP for Q2, and initial and continuous jobless claim for the month of July. At 9 o'clock, we have pending home sales for the month of June. 10:30 and 12 o'clock, we have the 4-week bill auction and the 7-year note auction. And now that we know what to expect, let's jump into the charts and create a game plan for tomorrow's price action. This is the block of price action that we traded during today's stream, and today was definitely a trend day. More accurately, today was a mass sell-off day. And as I analyze the charts, I see 3 clues that's going to be essential for helping us find the best trades going into tomorrow's stream. So let's jump into it. During the overnight session, we saw the market had a bearish gap open that was followed with a 720-point move to the downside. And as you can see, price trended the entire time. And the market barely had no movement to the upside. And if you look over here at the hourly chart, once we got that break of structure underneath these lows, the market did not look bad. However, we did see a bounce towards the end of the session, which is most likely the bears taking profits. And based on this price action, here's what I'm going to be looking for going into tomorrow's stream. So as you see, the market went down the entirety of the session with no significant moves to the upside, no rebalancing of price. It just went down in a straight line. And if you didn't respect your stops today was definitely not a good day if you wasn't on the short side of the market today. But we did see this bounce towards the end of the day, and that the bulls can hold this bounce. Here are the levels that I'm going to be looking for going into tomorrow's stream. So the first level that I'm going to be looking for, I see a potential area that if price continues to trade up overnight, I'm going to be looking for a range between 360 to 380 for the bulls to take profits and the bears to come back in to try to take price down from here. Now, if the bulls are successful at holding this area after initial profit taking, if we see the bulls come back with full force, the second area that I'm going to be looking for is an area around 415 to about 430. Here in this area, I do expect that if price trades into this range, we will see a massive sell-off and price trade right back into this range. Now, anything can happen tomorrow. We had a 720-point move to the downside. And usually when we see the market move in one direction, the following day, we usually see price rebalance itself because as price traded to the downside, it took out multiple areas of support without any retracement and without any rebalancing. So if we do see price trade through these ranges, then I'm going to expect that the bulls are going to try to retest these higher levels and more importantly, make an attempt to close that gap before we see any real move back down. But the price action overnight is going to be essential for our bias going into tomorrow's stream. Now, if you're enjoying the content and appreciate the value that me and my trading partner provides to the trading community, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the release of our next NA meeting and live streams. And with that said, let's jump into an ES chart. This is an ES chart, and this is the block of price action that we traded during today's stream. And just like the NQ, we saw a bearish open on the ES that was followed by a 128-point move to the downside with no retracement. We also saw that the market traded in a downward trend the entirety of the session without any significant bounce or move to the upside. And if you look over here at the hourly chart, you can see that once we saw that break of structure similar to on the NQ, that's when the bears took full control of this market and was able to make this massive move down. And also like the NQ, towards the end of the session, we did see the bears potentially taking profits and the bulls stepping in, trading price higher. And based on this is what I'm going to be looking for going into tomorrow's stream. So if the bulls are able to hold this area and price continues to trade to the upside, I'm going to be looking for price to initially reject around 490 to about 495. Here in this level, we saw that the bears use this area as resistance and push price down. And I expect as price trades back into this area, we can see an attempt for them to try to hit price to the downside. However, if the bulls are successful and we see price trade past this level, the second area that I'm going to be looking for is going to be around 500 to 503. And with 508 as the absolute last level for the bears to have to defend, because if that gets traded through, we can definitely see a move back up to this 200 EMA. But the price action overnight is going to be essential for our bias going into tomorrow's stream. And in summary, both markets opened with a bearish gap that was followed by a major drop. Price traded in a downward trend the entirety of the day with no major move to the upside. And finally, the market did see a bounce towards the end of the session. And if the bulls are able to hold this bounce, we can definitely see the market make an attempt to recover some of today's losses. And that's all I have for tonight, risk managers. And you can watch us trade these concepts live by clicking this video. We'll see you there.